రాజ్యసభ సమావేశాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి, లైవ్ లో చూద్దాం.
I'm sorry to say this has really insulted the feelings or the people of entire Andhra Pradesh, sir. Sir, when Madam Sonia Gandhi took up this issue in the upper house, none of the members of parliament, in the lower house, the Honorable Prime Minister did not even respond. I'm sorry to say the members of parliament belonging to both the parties, Telugu Desam party and the YSR party, they have not even raised their voice. Unfortunately, outside the parliament and on the streets of Andhra Pradesh, every opportunity they'll find fault with the Congress. So these double standards, I would request that at least now, they should go by, if they cannot say, let them say, we are not interested in implementing whatever we have said. But they are doing so. On the other hand, they talk so much about their contribution. Their contribution is zero. And sir, we request them not to lie, not to tell openly so many lies, because people of Andhra Pradesh could not be further fooled, and they will definitely teach these two political parties lesson when the occasion comes. So that is a separate one, sir. Now, on the special development package, Honorable Prime Minister said, okay, Mr. Seelam, we have not quantified under section 46(3), but here is an announcement. He said that the bill already provides for a special development package for the backward regions of success state of Andhra Pradesh. However, I would like to say that this development package would be on the lines of the Koraput, Bolangir, Kalhandi, special plan in Odisha, and the Bundelkhand special package in Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. This is the amount. I think not less than 30,000 crores was due to the 4 districts of Rayalaseema and Srikakulam, Vizianagaram, and then Visakhapatnam. Sir, that only a token grant of 50 crore each district, 350 crore was only given instead of 30,000 crore. See the stepmotherly treatment, see the irony of what they say and what they do. I want the people of Andhra Pradesh to know the reality instead of just being carried away by their lies, just being carried away their false propaganda. I urge the people of Andhra Pradesh to see that what Congress has done to safeguard the interest of the people of Andhra Pradesh, and what these governments, both the government of Andhra Pradesh at the state and the union government under the leadership of Sri Honorable Narendra Modi, what they are doing, let the people of Andhra Pradesh decide and not go by their false propaganda, using their might, using their media, using their all channels. They are trying to tarnish the image of Congress party. I would like to submit that is not the reality. This is solid proof I am placing before this house. I authenticate what I am saying. The third thing, sir, on Polavaram project, we appealed to the Honorable Prime Minister. Sir, while providing provisions of 90 and 2 are there, but we said there are some small omissions, though, that is because the people to be rehabilitated, the entire submerged area is still in Telangana, it has conceived. So those 7 mandals need to be transferred to Andhra Pradesh to rehabilitate the people who are going to be, whose area is going to be submerged. That was agreed to, and the Dewan Prime Minister has promised. Accordingly, cabinet decision was taken on 1st March, and the proposal was sent to the Rashtrapati ji for his consent and assent, but that was done on 2nd. But from 3rd March, the model code of conduct came, so it could not be done. The new government came and that was passed, sir. But they say the 7 bundles were given by us. So this habit of this government to take the credit, but they should not forget the background work, the preparatory work done by the Congress government. Yes, it was issued when the new government took over, but the work was done before the elections were held. The model code of conduct came into being. That about the Polavaram project. But again, sir, the promise of providing sufficient funds execution by the government of India, completing by government of India, that is not being done. The state government is also guilty. They are not handing over to government of India. They want to do with their own, for reasons best known to them. I don't want to use those terminology here because it is not fair for me to say the facts, because facts are little bitter. Why the Chief Minister is not is interested in getting the work done, executed by through his own people? For obvious reasons. Where is the Act provides for Government of India to take construction, execution and spend all the money required for the Polavaram project to be completed. Why it is not being done, sir? For obvious reasons, that is the Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh should answer why he is holding it without completing. Even I think contractors. I don't want to say, but I am forced to say that that is the reason. But sir, even if I go, I believe in the integrity of Andhra Pradesh contractors. I don't doubt them. They have done great job, not only in Andhra Pradesh, entire world. But my Chief Minister doesn't believe in the ability of our own contractors. The contractors from Singapore, Japan, and then other areas, they are preferred because of obvious reasons. Anyway, now even if it is done by the state government, what is the amount of money the central government is supposed to be providing? It is around 18,000 crores. Sir, the amount required as on today's cost is 30,000 crores. What is the amount given by the central government? Mere token of 650 crores. So where is 30,000 crores? Where is 650 crores? The Act provides that the government of India should spend that much money and complete the project by 2018. Already we are in the middle of 2016. So how much money can they could not spend more than 300 crores, even though provision is made for 650. So I would request, there is a meager, very small allocation of 100 crores in the budget 16-17. So this is another area they are trying to deceive the people of Andhra Pradesh. They are trying to go back on their promise. I appeal to the people of Andhra Pradesh to see these colors of these two governments. When they say one thing, they do other things. It's a meager. It is only a tokenism. They have not provided enough to see that the promises made, the provisions of the Act are realized. Their own words, sir, tax incentives. Sir, the 94(1) provides for tax incentives. We said the one you have provided is very vague. Be specific. So the then Prime Minister said the tax incentives would be on the similar to the tax incentives and fiscal incentives and tax concessions given to the state of Himachal Pradesh. For 5 years, 10 years they have given, they withdrew as the practice. Then, sir, the new capital, we have asked for new capital. We have asked for, I think the government of Andhra Pradesh has asked for 20,000 crores, but only 500 crores is provided. No allocation by government of India in the present budget. They have to answer why. My friend MOS State is here, finance. I would request him to answer categorically why this neglect. Why is it deliberate? Is it political? Is it because government of India do not have money? Government of India do not believe in the Act? They are party to? What is the reason? Why Andhra Pradesh is denied? Why are you not providing enough money for completing the building, the capital? Is it that they have not sent the proposals? Or is it not that they have not sent the utilization certificate for you to release a second installment? These are the questions which we would like you to answer. Sir, on the 13th schedule institutions, sir, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu on the other day in the lower house was saying IIT sanction, this sanction, that sanction. He talks big, but where is the money, sir? Mere sanction doesn't mean anything. The IIT, sir, it is located in Tirupati. The amount required is 700 crores. What have you given? Mere 40 crores. What do you mean by giving 40 crores, my dear finance minister? Will it help? Will it help any progress? So this is the crocodile tears this government is giving, shedding for Andhra Pradesh, sir. Indian Institute of Scientific Education Research, ISER, it is located in Chittoor district, sir. The amount required is 10,030 crores, 1,030 crores, mere again 40 crores. Sir, IIM, location at Visakhapatnam, the required amount is 900 crores. What they have given? 30 crores. I don't know. What do they think? How a progress can be made? At least, sir, for tendering, etc., at least 100 crores, I agree, the entire amount cannot be even digested, even cannot be spent in 1 year. But there should be a plan, 2-3 years, the building should be completed. The course is already started, sir. The course has started in a rented building. So there is an emergency requirement for taking expeditious route to complete these projects. Sir, NIT, the location is Tadepalli Gudam, West Godavari. The 300 crores is required. Nothing is provided. There is a lip service, sympathy. Then IIIT, sir, Kurnool, 400 crores is required. You have given only 20 crores, Mr. Finance Minister. I don't know whether state government is sleeping or central government is just not responding to their request. The tribal university, the required amount is 1 crore. Nothing is provided. Required amount is, university at least every year you require at least 100 crores. They have only given 1 crore. Central University, 1 crore. This is only a token grant. Agriculture University in Guntur, nothing was provided. Sir, I am just concluding. Petroleum University, nothing, only 2 crores was provided. And AIMS, Mangalagiri, Guntur, the amount required is 1600 crores. But what they have given, they have not mentioned anything in the budget. Sir, National Institute of Disaster Management, we are supposed to hold it in Gannavaram near Krishna district. No action has been taken. Gangavaram, then Duggarajapatnam port, no sanction, nothing is sanctioned. So integrated steel plant at Kadapa, no sanction. So these are the answers we require. Why do you think it is not feasible? When Visakhapatnam steel plant wanted to have a tie-up, why are you not going? And Mr. Ramesh is just sitting because it is his district. I think you should be careful enough to sensitize the government. From your point, Mr. Ramesh, you will have to answer. CM Ramesh. Yeah, I'm sorry. I stand corrected. Mr. CM Ramesh. I know. Vizag, Chennai Industrial Corridor, nothing was done, sir. Then petrochemical complex, nothing was done. New railway zone, nothing was done. There is an agitation. There are people hunger strike. People are on a hunger strike. They are not sensitive. They are not sensitive. Only they are only interested in talking and false propaganda and publicity, sir. You are aware of that. So he is very much aware. So, and then rapid rail and road connectivity, sir, no action. So I think I request one more thing, sir. These are all provisions. But the important one which we have been asking for is special category status. Special category status gives lot of edge. So when the special category status was announced, its entire house, full house, before the what is called the voting on that day, on the 20th April. Sir, special category status, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu stood up and said, Mr. Prime Minister, 5 years is not enough. We are going to come to power. We will give for 10 years. And there, the then leader of opposition, now the present chief minister said, no, we wanted for 15 years. Then Mr. Arun Jaitley, who was leader of opposition and now leader of this house, sir, he said, we will be committed by what Mr. Venkaiah Naidu say. We will give you for 10 years. So where are those promises? What happened? The moment they have gone to the treasury benches, they changed their colors. They are saying now four unethical arguments, untenable arguments. One, they say it is not provided in the act. Sir, I would like to draw their kind attention. Special category status hitherto is now enjoyed by 11 states. None of these cases an act of the parliament was made. It's only executive decision, the government, the cabinet decision, and executed by the planning commission. So, in this case also, just like the other states were given special category status, the then Prime Minister announced and it was sent to the cabinet on 1st of March, and then it was the cabinet recommended the special category status to Andhra Pradesh state, and also sent the proposal to the then planning commission to take action, as has been done in case of Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand also, the same thing happened. Once the the special category status was accorded, then it was brought back to NDC for...
We can have the answer now.
No, I have still to say this very vital, sir.
Yes,
please.
very important points you have said.
Yeah,
Please.
second objection they are saying was that... I will come. Telangana and Andhra together, don't worry. We want to grow as brothers. It is not that your chief ministers in the first year they fight and then compromise for so many reasons best known to them. But we will be friends. We'll be friends. But let me complete. I'll come to your point.
Your neighbors also here also.
Sir?
Your neighbors here also.
We are brothers, not neighbors. Neighbors is nothing. We are brothers. You can't separate brothers. Anyway, sir. Now the second argument, untenable argument they are making is some other states are likely to oppose. Entire house, sir, all the senior leaders of all political parties, they never ever objected to according special category status to the Andhra Pradesh state. Why is this some alibi now by the ruling party? It is untenable, sir. The third argument they say is that Andhra Pradesh do not fulfill the criteria. Sir, let me tell you, Andhra Pradesh may not fulfill all the criteria of international border, sensitive borders, hilly states, but it also fulfills certain development criteria. And second, let me tell you, it's not because we fulfill the criteria, it is to compensate the irreparable loss we are going to face that the special category status was given, not to fulfill those criteria, sir. So let them not go by what they say, let them please abide by the decision taken on that day, and sir, fourth is, I just want to know, fourth is they are saying 14th Finance Commission has recommended. What is 14th Finance Commission? Is the Parliament supreme or 14th Finance Commission is supreme? Is the democratic principle? See, when our Honorable Prime Minister, I was really very happy when he prostrated before entering this great Parliament House. I said he would respect the decisions taken in the House. Sir, it is a Parliament, is the Parliament which took the decision, the Rajya Sabha, full House. The Prime Minister is not Mr. Manmohan Singh. It's an institution, sir. The successor must respect the Honorable Mr. Manmohan Singh said in Anantapur, first time in the independent India that a Prime Minister tells something in the Parliament and the successor do not care for that. This is we are very sorry to say this. So those who preach should also practice. Those who preach the values of parliamentary practice should preach this practice, sir. So this I would request, don't tell any stories, don't come to take the shelter on some alibis. You please accord, even today, if you want, where there is a will, there is a way, sir. There is no will, they don't want to do. That is why I would request that while supporting the bill brought by Dr. K.V.P. Ramchandra Rao, I would request all the 6 factors which are announced by the Prime Minister, the then Prime Minister, because they are saying there is no act. I said, you lack sincerity. You have
2 years have passed. Sir, they were supposed to take a decision within 6 months.
My leader represented to them. They never called for all this ministers meeting also. We have given the representation. We have given the representation to the Prime Minister. We have given the representation to all party leaders. All party leaders, my leader went. And after that, this bill also, you have not seen how many times Chandrababu Naidu came to Delhi and represented my chief minister. So many times. This is our railway zone issue. All the institutions has laid the foundation. Now we are asking the budget. only Congress party, if any other can speak here, they have a right. But Congress party doesn't have a right. Congress party doesn't have a right. You spoiled the Andhra Pradesh. You spoiled the Andhra Pradesh.
Just listen to
Because
him. Don't fight.
every time in this house, we are demanding the government.
Mr. Seelam,
Because
let him say.
why Andhra Pradesh happened like
Let
this?
him have his say.
Why Andhra Pradesh happened
let
like
him
this?
put his word.
Because of
Then
you keep in your hand, in your heart and
You,
say, because of
Mr.
political
Siamravi,
reasons,
you
because
don't
of the
look at
political
him,
reasons
you look at me.
did,
You look
did.
at me and
Now, people of Andhra Pradesh is facing problem. All these institutions, special category and deficit of budget, every time my chief minister met 6-7 times to the prime minister. My chief minister met finance minister 10 times more than. Every time they are releasing something, but we are asking, because Andhra Pradesh is facing the financial problem. We don't have office. We have to construct the capital and so many other issues are there. Every time we are asking government. Now, Jairam Ramesh told chief minister is sleeping. That word he has to take back, otherwise he has to delete from the record, sir. This is my request.
now, I think we can have the minister. Minister. Anybody else wanting to say anything? Minister. Oh no, Mr. Palwai Govardhan will be. He is not here? Mohammad Ali Khan? Okay.
Thank you.
The names were there.
डिप्टी चेयरमैन साहब, आपने मुझे केवीपी रामचंद्र राव साहब ने जो प्राइवेट बिल में मूव किया है उसके ऊपर मुझे बोलने का मौका दिया। मैं आपको तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं। 2 साल पहले 60 साल से ज्यादा अरसे का ये अलहदा रियासत तेलंगाना का ये मसला पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू से लेके इंदिरा गांधी से लेके अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी के दौर से भी ये गुजर गया, लेकिन तेलंगाना की आवाम को उनकी आवाज को जब सारे हिंदुस्तान में गूंजी, एक तहरीक पैदा हुई कई दफे, लेकिन उस तहरीक को सियासी मकसद के लिए फिर उसको दबाया गया। लेकिन ये तारीख रहेगी, सारी दुनिया में सियासी पार्टी का एक अपना एजेंडा होता है, लेकिन हिंदुस्तान में कांग्रेस पार्टी ने जिस 60 साले दौर की आवाम की आवाज को कांग्रेस पार्टी की ख्वाहिश श्रीमती सोनिया गांधी ने अमली जामा पहनाया और तेलंगाना की आवाम को बगैर खून और खराबा के 2 रियासतों के अमल में लाने की इसकी एक इजाजत दी। मैं बहैसियत एक रुकनीस हाउस के होने के मुझे फख्र है कि मुझे भी उस बिल पे बोलने का मौका मिला, लेकिन जिस सियासी पार्टी आज जो इख्तिदार में है, जब अपोजिशन में थी, लोकसभा में जब बिल पास हुआ था, वाइस चेयरमैन साहब आप भी इस हाउस में थे, इस हाउस में कोशिश की जा रही थी किसी ना किसी वजह से इस बिल को पास ना होने दिया जाए। उस दौर के अपोजिशन में रहने वाले लीडर, अपोजिशन के लीडर अरुण जेटली जी हो या वेंकैया नायडू जी हो, बिल में आंध्र प्रदेश के लिए तरह तरह के अपने मुतालबात को वो रख रहे थे। इसके मेन जो कारकुन थे